Here's your little podcast clip of the day. Do a little podcast clip. The thing that I think most people aren't considering in this Drake Kendrick beef is that rappers who write to write, like when you write, when you write, right. When you write, right. When you write, right. You write from a position of what you feel and how you've expressed it before and how that's channeled. Rap, hip hop, even to some extent R&B, depending on who you are. I can't make a good justification for naming an artist at this point because I don't think that's fair to the conversation. But you can tell, okay, you can tell Eminem, Not Afraid, that last Relapse CD was like that. You couldn't say that if the event itself didn't happen. If it was a poppin' ass album, he wouldn't go there and say it was Nobody shoots themselves in the foot naturally. You don't achieve something in life, at least I hope. You don't achieve something in life and then be like, that never happened. Like, you live in reality. Assume that besides all the Glock shotting and I dropped a body, assume that most lyrics come from a place in the heart. If you left a long enough trail for somebody who's really mad at you to pick up on said trail, they could watch your mistakes happen in real time and keep linking it back to an individual incident. It is not unlike how I deciphered before, earlier in this channel's existence, how I used to do breakdowns and dissertations. What you say, I have to assume, is what you do. I have no choice. I do not live in your mind. So if you created an entire identity where it was just you typing out the worst shit possible and putting it online, before I say there are people writing that for you and you've just been sitting in a hole this whole time not thinking of anything, I am going to naturally and hopefully assume that you in some term have lived this experience that you're talking about. You feel this way. Perhaps Drake has slipped up enough times to where somebody was like, you're sloppy because nobody's throwing shots at you. You got quiet after Pusha T. You said, I'm going to be a father, this and that. And it's like, cool, like, okay. But you kept going, assumably. And no one else was really big enough that wanted to do anything and deal with you. Like Dr. Dre, like Jay-Z, who beefs? Like right now, where's the rap beef at if it's not in the drill scene? You know what I mean? If it's not in an existing place already. I hate that it keeps going out of focus. As I was saying, I feel like there's a sense of urgency that is being denied somewhat by the events in question. Because if Kendrick Lamar has always been in this position, motherfuck the big three, nigga, it's just big me. Was this meant to happen? Because it was very easy for that person to be in connection to get this information to Kendrick. Because, and I say this to now wrap up the entire point of what we've been talking about, it seems like this trail is long. With how many mishaps and slip-ups and public almost executions we've seen of Drake with the whole, Millie Bobby Brown and all that situation, this and that. And all the times, we found it a little weird that, she just turned 18 and Drake on her, blah, blah, blah. We never had a focus on it to say certain things like grooming, like, Pedialyte. We've never had this want to dissect situations. So maybe there was a climate in which everybody was getting away with this until one layer tripped up, one layer until one layer, and somewhere down the line, some people who were like, yo, this shit is fucked up, decided to focus on that, decided to really hone in and focus on that and force themselves almost to a degree to analyze how people move, what they say in their raps, and align that with certain days, situations. This Instagram post is really weird. Where were you? This hotel. Okay, who gives a shit, right? It was whatever. Rappers stay at hotels. Everybody stays at hotels. Hotels are for hotels. Then you find out that like you've made a specific habit of going to that one hotel, and that one hotel happens to be named in a book filled with Pedialyte drinkers. It's like it starts to, okay, so there's a connection there. That's not a coincidence. And if it is a coincidence, again, like most people we talk about, what do you know about what was going on there if you were in the building? You've never spoken on it. Why not? Do you agree with it? Do you fuck with it? Questions, problems. Shout out to J. Cole. You won this. Good job.